Make sure you guys are shooting the correct legs. Be careful of the collisions. I don't want to hear complaints about it. Work around it. Let's play this game.
I need another heavy. I've got TB and a quick draw.
I want to get fairly tight to it. Now, anybody who's going to be working range, I'm going to need you to fade right on this. And then anybody who's running short is going to stay towards the top of the caldera if we're going to come at them.
I have you in the Griffin.
Sounds good.
Well, that's the thing. We got to get to brawling range, so I may be moving us right up to the hoop if we have to.
Wolverine nach Charlie 4.
It's fine, chill out, man. It's fine, it's just a 5-starter.
Komm, Leute, redet miteinander.
15 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Don't
fine.
die.
Guys, we're
15
winning.
seconds,
We're winning
don't
kills,
die.
guys. 3, 2, 1.
Charlie Dar, CT, yellow. Okay, go to Charlie, see if we can get it.
There. To your left, there's a. Excellent.
So, jetzt gleich hinter die Indie-Pocken.
Mediums be prepared to pull back E40 towards the E5 border.
On my mark. Left side, come on! Like now, I need strikes on OP barrel. Wire our strikes up.
Die Hauptgruppe rechts, Uferlinie.
They have 3 mechs sitting on the left side when you pass over.
Overheating is bad.
Both legs on the Griffin. Hit the Griffin.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. That was such a
That's right. I'm gonna spawn Lance, you guys in Charlie, Lance, you guys in Bravo. That's B2C1.
This third drop is 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, 2 assaults.
Leute in die Breite, zieht euch in die Breite.
Lights, watch our backs. We're gonna about base and take up position in Bravo 6.
Ja, kurz Aufschaltung, Delta 4, 3 Stück, 2 Mediums einleiten, wie ich es richtig gesehen habe.
Make a firing line. C4 Tactical Hill, boys. Fox.
Laufen unter ECM, haben 2 durchlaufen, 10 Bravo 4.
And get ready to hit people coming from our right.
Charlie on the left. Charlie, a Hellbringer on the left.
Okay, let's group up towards the left. We're gonna press through Bravo 3 to Bravo 4. I think they're kind of spread out.
Check yourselves, make sure you've got, UAV cool shot.
Hey, here they come. They're pushing hard, guys.
Deco. Tez on.
Go.
Oh, got a contact here, Bravo 3.
Nice, Marshall. I'm on Delta Griffin.
We'll get cross it then. Get in their face. They got a highlighter. They just push up on Theta. We need help on Theta. Up on Theta. Yep, that's the noise. Go. Let's finish this. Full pressure, guys. Full pressure. They're down low. They're down low in Charlie 3. Get the fucking arm, Jackson.
Jackson, cool shot.
Cough. I got him.
Go, B3, go.
Echo, go.
Get over on your medium, guys. Get Echo Stormcrow. God, I suck as a pilot, but thank I packed my skill. I'm sorry that you died, sweet girls, but we will send a reasonably nice letter to your family.
Good evening, everybody. This is Paradox and Xanderpeach. We bring you MW Comp, MBA, Division A, while versus OMIT tonight. Hi Xander, how are you doing?
I am very excited to see this match. Both teams are stacked to wazoo. It's gonna be absolute slaughter today. Let's see who comes out first here.
Seems like teams are almost ready. So all you out there, you come in just in time. While just locked. and it seems like OMIT is pretty much ready as well. Drop 1 is going to be played in domination mode on Polar Highlands. Teams agreed to play North American server through all 5 drops. And drop 1, I think, is 4 lights for mediums. And in MBA,
Yep, that's a domination. 4 lights for mediums. There are many
MBA
things we can see here.
There's interesting way to calculate points. MBA is imaginary bonding authority, and it's not so much about winning and losing. It's all about the reputation. Of course, you get a certain number of points for winning, which would be 300 points for winning a specific drop, and but that's not all. You will get additional points for meeting certain bonus criteria for drop 1, that is killing at least 5 enemy mechs or more, and even the losing team will get reputation points for every kill they manage to take from the winning team. So let's have a look when the teams are coming in. I think they are still loading into the game.
Good luck. Have fun. Teams are flying in. Let's do a vibe check. So, on the side of Vigilance, we have Ricrom and Trebuchet, Bowser and Incubus, MechWarrior, many numbers in Black Lanner, Jay in a Locust, Chimera in Stormcrow, Cauterizer in Black Lanner, White Glint and Firestar S, and Dubix and Jenner to C.
That sounds very nice. On the OMIT side, we have Vorgnome in a Jenner 2CA, Iva in a Black Lanner, Xefron in a Panther 10K, Pult in a Raven 4X, Zonaron in a Stormcrow Lacerator, Logic in a Shadowhawk 2K, Sultan in a Black Lanner C, and Taitetsu in a Jenner F. And it seems like
It's
OMIT is spreading out a little bit here on their side of the map.
OMIT seems to be looking to do some trades. Zefron in a cheeky spot on his Panther. He will be able to see the high ground in Gulf 7, in Gulf 8 at Gamma. And Shadowhawk is also with PPCs on Logic. The Shadowhawk, yeah, it's 2 ER PPCs, 3 SRM4s, so some long range, some closer range. They're moving up to the left side with their more brawly mechs. And it seems that they have a bit of overwatch, a bit of a push, a bit of a receive kind of deck. So, Generator goes down for OMIT, for Vigilance, and it seems that Vigilance is trying to wrap around the right side and attack the more
Let's see how
close range section, more close range mechs of the OMIT.
Cauterizer taking the lead, taking a step back after getting a shot in from Taitetsu. But he will need to bail here a little bit now.
Wargnome is getting slapped in the meantime. It's at 72%. Right leg is almost open.
Pult got shot in the back, but beside that, despite the 75%, he still seems to be good in terms of percentages. Even if OMIT intended to receive, seems like Weil is definitely dishing out more damage at the moment.
Yeah, right now it doesn't look that great. We need some good shots to be landed from OMIT side. I see Ricrom is getting hit a couple times in the head, naturally. That's the nature of Division A lobbies. In the meantime, Zonaron in his Stormcrow is getting a bit in a pickle. Yeah, Zonaron is already open CT on a Stormcrow.
He's trying to bail. Iva is taking his elite and the fresh Black Lanner. Pult on the flank is taking a lot of heat while he's getting pushed by MechWarrior.
Weil is making their way along the right side. They are rotating. They're playing this NASCAR
Pal is getting
very,
pushed out
very
here.
aggressively.
One touch in the back already. He needs to be careful not to be shot in the back again, otherwise that's it for him. He just got another shot and he's cherry red city in the back now with an open left leg as well. OMIT is really bleeding out here step by step. I think as soon as V1LE is gonna collapse on them, it will end rather quickly.
Vials are very, very confident in their aim. You can see that they are confident that they can outshoot OMIT, which
they do right now.
which is yeah, they're very confidently just making their way and taking space
Outside
more
of
and
V1LE
more and more.
Sultan, they preserve their black liners as good as they can. Most of OMIT's team is almost at 50-60% completely, and they're getting surrounded from different angles from V1LE.
Bowser and an Incubus still making
Authorizer
some.
getting a shot in on Vorgnum. I think he finally legged him. Yes, Vorgnum.
Yeah, Wargnome is very much lagged. Let's take a peek in the Cauterizer's cockpit.
Let me switch to your perspective.
So White Glint goes down in the meantime.
Oh wow, that was surprising.
That is surprising,
and
but
there's a
right now
push towards MechWarrior, and they get a kill on him as well. At the same time, Zonaron goes
Command
down.
is happy to hear of your success and achievements on the surface.
And oh, that's it, guys. They were pushed out of
Yep.
the circle.
it turns out we are playing domination, so
Even we forgot about it.
OMIT steps out for a brief second and loses.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But in a way, bad for both teams here, because I'm sure V1LE would have liked to get that 5+ kill bonus.
Yeah, but surprising end of the match nonetheless.
For sure.
This job was a surprise. But overall, you could see how much OMIT was bleeding on the points. Like on the percentages of max, the damage exchange was not in their favor.
Not at all. In terms of damage, Chimera did almost 500 damage in the Stormcrow. On the side of OMIT, we have only 2 people above 200. That's Logic in the Shadowhawk and Xephron in the Penta with 314, 265. Pretty much it.
Yep. Jay's damage was very impressive. He shot 1 or 2 times total.
So no real participation on his end, but that was probably not his job at this point of time.
Yep.
So that was draw 1 being won by V1LE. The victory gives them 300 reputation points. OMIT got 1 kill, that's worth 25. So that's a current score, 300 to 25 reputation points in favor of V1LE. And we are getting ready for drop 2 here. Game mode is switching to Conquest. We're playing Caustic Valley now. And what is gonna be the mech composition, Xander? Do you know?
That is very difficult to say right now, because even in the first drop you could see right now completely different approach to the game.
Indeed.
One team is preferring to try to receive, try to have a bit of an entry damage, and then have a closer range brawl. And Vigilance definitely were very confident in their ability to just steal everything that they cannot afford, which is everything in this case. So they just wanted more space. They wanted to prevent OMIT from playing how OMIT wanted in this case. So very different approach, and very curious what are we going to see in a Caustic. We can always bet on the, let's say, default approach with the longer range max, with very careful trades over the range, trying to get power positions. But it might as well be, you know, very very much a push when one team sees that the enemies are with long range max and they just go in.
Okay. I'm just reading
We
the
never
chat
know.
here. First of all, hello everybody. Good to see you. We have a 5-minute delay, so we might not always be able to synchronize your comments with what's going on right now, because for us it's basically 5 minutes later already. Game looks good. Looks like it did in 2012 when I played the beta. Yeah, pretty much. Transy, thanks for pointing out that I'm kind of quiet. I hope I'm able to adjust this a little bit by simply taking the microphone closer. Let me know if that works better. Otherwise, I will try to speak a little bit louder. Turn up your mic. Okay, I will try to do what I can here regarding that. But we should be able to fix that. Beside that, I hope the sound overall is good and you can hear Xander well. What he has to say is more important anyways. Xander knowing the game so well. In terms of the drop, what I still wanted to say is we are going into drop 2 right now. What we can say for sure, what we're gonna see is, because of the format of MBA, is that both teams will bring 2 lights, 4 mediums and 2 heavies. At least they should, otherwise they would be disqualified for this drop as far as I know. That's the interesting part about this format, I think. It's not so much about total tonnage you're allowed to bring. You need to bring a certain amount of max per weight class. And you can have 1 duplicate, as far as I remember, per chassis.
Yeah, you can always bring 1 dupe chassis. So you can, for example, bring 2 Stormcrow Primes or 1 Stormcrow Prime and 1 Stormcrow A. So, but only 1 per drop. So that kind of spices everything up. I want to make a small bet that we will see now very specific mechs. Do you have an idea what am I talking about?
By the way, while is locked. So in terms of, that's an interesting change in the rule set, by the way, and there was just recently some clarification on MWO Comp Discord, how it has to be handled. The lock times have been shortened. Team 1 in the lobby has 5 minutes basically to lock their team in, and team 2 has an additional 2 minutes to lock after that. But what was clarified most recently, that it basically means team 1 has 5 total minutes to lock and team 2 has a total of 7 minutes to lock, no matter when team 1 locks. But it seems like both teams are almost ready and they will probably jump into the match right away with team 2 locked right now as well.
Right, we are launching.
Wonderful.
Caustic Valley Conquest. Let's see what it brings. Straight away, I could see a difference between teams' approach, tonnage-wise. So the question is, how many summoners are we gonna see right now? That was my bet previously.
Summoners, yes.
Are we going to see 4 summoners or are we going to see 3 summoners?
But summoners are pretty high up in preference right now.
Well, for many good reasons. And, this is very much
True.
a good mech.
By the way, I was trying something out with my controls earlier, and I adjusted my my settings for controller control. And by the way, Xander, it's not really working out.
Fair.
I'm back to mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, same. Simply because you need to press too many keys.
Seems like teams are coming in now. And I'm on the OMIT side.
Command coming in.
And I can
Capture
tell you
and
we have
hold
2
the resource
summoners.
point.
Summoner
Stop
D,
any
Sultan,
hostiles that get
and
in your
Summoner
way.
G, Sonaron. Beside that, Shadowcat Mitsubishi Pult is piloting it, Logic in a vehicle rival. His favorite basically, Emil and the Trebuchet 5J, Black Lana C, Iva, and Xefron and Taitetsu and Panthers and Cougars.
Enemy forces have Sigma.
So-
We have gained Epsilon. Resource point Theta is ours.
What do we have on the wild side?
On the Vile side, we have Trebuchet, Firemoth, Summoner G, Locust, Black Lanner,
We
Gauntlet,
have Gamma.
and Enforcer.
Kappa is under enemy control.
So, currently, Vile took control over the Theta. In the meantime, Taitetsu is retaking it.
Let me come in here. We
So-
can see the two summoners of Vile coming into the middle,
Resource
Pressing
point
up.
Theta is ours.
while
I will straight away
Kickers
jump into
and
Lizzie's
Rubik's.
POV to see what's happening.
switch into your perspective.
So they are making their way towards Delta 3
And Logic,
to aggressively suppress
Logic,
OMIT's
Sona and Iva,
position.
together with Pult, are creating pressure here on MechWarrior, Dubix, and Kippers in the meantime. They are actually aggressing. Maybe you can switch into their perspective as well.
This is very interesting. We have two different fights. I'm gonna spectate the fight on the side of Delta 3.
Okay, I'm on the side. They are
Emil
they're
almost goes down in his trebuchet.
Emil goes
Chimera
down.
heavily damaged.
In the
Chimera
meantime,
heavily
Kippers-
damaged.
Kippers heavily damaged here. 3 people on him. They are about to finish him.
Sultan goes down in his summoner any second, but the exit damage they did is good.
Kippers lives forever in his gauntlet. Finally, he goes down.
Keepers goes down. So now Taitetsu is in a big trouble in his Cougar.
Aber
I will jump into the Bowser's POV.
Yeah.
Because he is in the middle of attacking Taitetsu.
But the whole of the OMIT team is in position right now. Iva pretty hurt here.
Yeah, Taitetsu is legged, one slither away from going down. Bowser is pressuring Zephron in Charlie 5, Delta 5. Let's see if Zeph legs Bowser, absolutely backhand slaps him in the leg. Let's see if he can pull the distance.
Has an open side torso and wide open back in the Enforcer 5D. Pult is pressuring him. Both sides
So
of the fight
Iva is
now.
pretty damaged. I jumped in Iva right now. The OMITs are making push towards Delta 5. They are planning to not give up on
MechWarrior
this
is
match.
Trying to hold off Pult and Taitetsu here as good as he can, and he's doing a quite amazing job considering how damaged he is. Dumix is coming in now to help him out and share some armor.
Cauterizer has both legs open on the trebuchet. OMITs are doing very good right now. Cauterizer gets legged. He's almost dead. Cauterizers go down to Iva.
Dubix.
Let's see. Bowser goes down.
Taitetsu here.
Iva is in a 1v1 against Locust. Gets legged. Almost legs Locust. Good exit damage. Jay is almost legged. So this is anyone's
Lizzie
game
goes
right
down.
now.
It's 4-4, it's super close. Taitetsu finally
Li-
goes down.
Lizzie goes
MechWarrior's
down.
coming in
Chimera
to
is
get
one
shots
shot.
On the Penta. Dubix is trying
Oof.
to get a shot on Pult.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
MechWarrior goes down after Pult shoots him. Dubix is trying to get the kill on Pult right now. He's chasing him in the back. Pult is circling around the rock here with Xefron in the middle trying to get Theta Cap. Logic coming in from the other side. So Dubix is
From what we
pretty
see,
much alone,
Dubi-
and Vile went beside that for a cap game right now, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, but Dubix is in a good shape. Very much.
But he's surrounded basically by, he's halved now, and he's surrounded by 3 people, but he got the kill on Pult. He's fighting with Logic right now. Logic's Weagle was pretty fresh, but he has an open left torso, but he still has his 2 PPCs, and Dubix goes down now as well.
Dubix goes down right now. The cap game will be a decider. So
So it's Chimera and Jay against
We've captured
Logic
resource
and
point
Sonoron.
Sigma.
Jay is capping. It does look like Jay is legged. Jay is very much on one leg.
Logic is going for Epsilon here to take the
Chimera
leg.
is
Saffron is defending Theta. He's jumping up and down.
Chimera is chilling at Gamma, but he is absolutely one shot. CT is cherry red, so this is a question. What does OMIT do right now?
I mean, Saffron in the Penta is lagged as well, and has an open right torso, so he can't go anywhere as well.
Sonoron is at the Sigma.
They've
Jay is
taken
making
Epsilon.
his way towards Theta.
Chimera in the Summoner, he's still on the move here. He's one-touch CT basically, but at least he has his legs. He's trying to get a peek on the mountain, and he's heading for Kappa.
Saffron has no weapons. Everything pretty much in the
Enemy
hands of
forces have
Sonoron right
Sigma.
now.
4 cap for OMIT now. The way it's going at the moment, this could be.
Currently it is 1.5 max against 1.5 max.
But
That's the situation.
But the tickets are ticking. Jay is fighting
Tickets
Sonoron,
do be
and
ticking.
he's pretty fresh. Jay is going down in the locust. That was to be
Absolutely.
expected.
And
So
this is a...
I would say that
In my eyes, it's a OMIT. OMIT
It's a-
takes
it's-
this game.
OMIT victory. Yep.
Yeah.
5 cap now.
Chimera is trying to take Kappa.
Yes, he was
They
on the
have
way there
resource
anyways.
point Gamma.
So
Oh,
I think he will
I...
try to fight
The
for
enemy
Okay.
He
has
was
capped
one-touch
enough
CT,
resources. We've
so
failed.
Sonoron
And he goes down. Look at the relic of the past on my screen. Looks wonderful.
Ah, right.
Well,
Wow.
that was very good turnaround by OMIT.
That was impressive actually. And looking at the damage numbers, on OMIT side, Logic did quite some work with 593, Sonoron with 568, but Palt and Ivers with 474 and 476. Not too bad as well here.
Very even spread of the damage on both teams actually.
On Wild side, we have Lizzie with outstanding 629 and MacWarrior with 588. Beside that, Jay with 430 and Chimera with 457. Not too shabby as well. And I mean, looking at the match, at the mechs and their shape, it was a pretty close fight, I would say. And
It was.
in terms of the scoring, what I consider quite interesting here, if you look at that, let me have a look at the scoreboard. That's the win for OMIT. And both
Use the
teams-
power of microphone.
both teams, yeah, actually get the 5 plus max destroyed for drop 2. Plus, Vile they destroyed 5 max in total, so they get another 125 damage for max destroyed here. That means after the second drop, in terms of reputation points, we are at 475 for Wild to 375 for OMIT right now.
Hmm. So... Side swap commencing.
So drop 3 and 4. For drop 3 and 4, the teams swap the sides. Next swap is going to be for drop 5. Therefore, Caustic is going to be played from both sides here to to make it more even, only Polar was played from only one side.
So in the meantime, we swapped sides. Now we're preparing for drop 3. Drop 3 is the spicy drop with the command mech.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. For the command
Yep.
mech, we have the choice between a Dire, an Atlas, and a Cyclops, right?
This is a Direwolf, Atlas, or a Cyclops, correct.
So the bonus win condition is if you kill the enemy commander mech and your own commander mech stays alive, you get an additional 50 reputation points. And that means in terms of the weight class composition of each team, they are required to bring this commander mech, 3 mediums and 4 heavies.
Or heavies.
Mm-hmm.
Do we expect to see even more summoners?
I wouldn't be surprised if there is maybe 1 or 2 summoner per team.
Definitely.
I mean, in the end, you're allowed to have 1 duplicate. So the question is, what are you going to double down on? And in terms of mediums, I would say you have a couple of choices what you could go for that are all pretty good and decent. On the heavy side, on the other hand, there are some meta picks, but not too many, right?
Yeah. And it seems that Summoner is one of them. Blackliner, I would say, also up there.
For the mediums, yes. But on the heavy
Yeah.
side, what could you come up with regarding heavies? We have seen a couple of Marauders lately.
I would say definitely the Orion Skull.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Seems to be very much popular. Grasshopper seems to be falling out of the the choice.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen a lot of Grasshoppers in previous comps, especially with 3 PPCs and some additional weapons. But it's not really a mech of choice anymore in this meta.
Yeah, it seems so. And out of heavies, it is difficult. Like you could see Crusaders, right? If there would be the tonnage limit, but we don't have tonnage limit here, so this format definitely brings some of the flavor of their own. Yeah. So some teams are going to use normal Orion, some teams are going to be use something else, but a lot of teams will use definitely Summoners, definitely Orion Skull, definitely Bounty Hunter 2 Marauder.
By the way, there was a question in the chat from Sovek, what are the Summoner G loadouts? And Sonoron answered it already, large pulse plus medium pulse, set of 8. We weren't basically not even looking at that because it's like the standard meta build right now for the Summoner G.
Yeah, both teams played that.
Yeah, it's heavily equipped for that. You have additional range. Pretty strong mech right now. And fun to play as well, even in the PACU.
It is very fun to play. It's one of the Lasvom mechs that are actually enjoyable.
I mean, if you can't pick Summoner, and of course we have been discussing this for our team as well quite a bit. What do you bring in terms of heavy? I mean, in MBA, there's no tonnage limit, so you kind of want to go for the more heavies, basically. Yeah, like 70, 75 tons to really take the tonnage. Yeah.
You want to take advantage of the amount of armor your mech has.
Absolutely.
Also,
65 tonners are kind of out of the picture in a way, unless you really want to optimize for speed or anything like that. But at least I'm
Files are on a timer right now. I want to mention, sorry to interrupt. Yes, because
they have 7 minutes.
OMIT.
Keep that in mind.
Is it total? Is it
Yes.
not relative to
No,
the
no,
first team?
it's not relative to the first
okay.
team. It's
Then
no
one is on a limit. I'm sorry.
This is what I meant. That was actually clarified in the MW comp, in one of the channels more recently, and it's gonna go into the rules as well as a clarification. Team 1 is on a 5-minute timer, and Team 2 is basically starting at the same time on a 7-minute timer. So no matter when Team 1 is locking in, Team 2 has a total of 7 minutes.
Understood.
And I think it kind of makes sense. Of course, you can put Team 2 under pressure by locking in quickly, and in previous comps, when both teams had like 5 minutes, it was potentially 10 minutes in total, and what you could do is simply be ready, lock in immediately, and then the other team has just 5 minutes. And for them, that kind of got close because they were not properly prepared. But I think the idea of this rule set was to make the break times a little bit shorter, make it more interesting for everybody to watch, not to have to wait so long between drops. And I would say in general it's paying off. At the same time, there's not too much time in between anymore to do other stuff. And by the way, Zovek, you're welcome. We are happy to stream. Trying to be a tryhard in quick play and copy the pros? Yeah, go ahead. I think that's a good way to learn.
That's a good way to learn that not all competitive meta mechs are good quick play mechs.
That's true indeed.
That is definitely a thing as well.
And I can tell you, not all comp skill trees are good puck queue trees as well, especially when arrows are around.
And we are ready for the next match.
Wonderful. Let's get going.
It seems that teams managed to agree on the tonnages.
I was still running the picture-in-picture here and completely overlooked that. I'll turn it off for the moment and probably turn it back on soon.
And we are in.
Let's wait for the teams to come in.
Teta looks very lonely at the start.
So
I am expecting to see 2 direwolves right now. I am.
teams are finally coming in. I'm here on the right side.
Command coming
I can
in.
tell you,
Capture and hold the resource
of
point.
course, while
Stop
it's
any
playing on the
hostiles
direwolf,
that get in your
while it's
way.
playing the direwolf, we have Stalker 4P operated by J, Rick Roman is Summoner D, McVarian and Enforcer 5D, Kippers in the Gauntlet 10B, and we have another Summoner D operated by Chimera, Browser and a Crusader 60, and
We have gained Epsilon!
A.
Okay, on the OMIT side, Emil is in a Summoner G, Halt in a Orion Skull.
Enemy forces
Zephron
have
is a
Sigma.
Black Lanner.
We have Gamma.
Iva is in Direwolf. Zoneron is in a
Kappa
Summoner
is under
P.
enemy
That's
control.
interesting to see what's there. Logic is in a Rival, Vapor Eagle. Taitetsu is in a
Theta is
Shadowcat.
controlled by the enemy.
And Sultan is in a Grasshopper. That's when we see Grasshopper,
And
which
OMIT
is
in a
fairly
strong
common for this
position here
map.
against Bowser, by the way, with 4 people coming up here on that hill.
Yep,
Bowser-
that's one of the power positions. This is a
Absolutely.
very important hill.
And Bowser's kind of close, so he has just MechWarrior behind him and a little bit further Lizzie in the Direwolf, who could provide Overwatch, but is not looking into that direction. And it seems like OMIT is pushing here. This could be a quick pickoff with Taitetsu, Logic, and
Omid is absolutely committing on this corner.
Absolutely.
Let's see what Zoneron is here, PPC, AP Gauss. This is exactly what
They're
you
getting some
want to
shots.
play on this side.
They're getting some shots into Bowser here, trying to get a good angle. Dizzy is finally taking a
Oh,
providing
Bowser
over.
is in shambles. Bowser is in shambles already.
He is pretty hurt.
Yeah, he's fairly hurt. Zonaron took some return damage, and now OMIT established what they want to play here, and they retreated. They took the position. They pushed Vials away from Theta, so I am expecting soon Theta to be retaken. In the meantime, on the third line, look what is happening on the third line. OMIT is absolutely capitalizing on the chaos they created, and they are
They're
advancing.
coming around the
and-
corner here with Emil and Palt and Iva behind them.
And it seems that they are intending to just pincer the Vials, and so far it is working.
They're doing a great job at that.
Oh, Pald is taking quite a punch on his Orion.
But Rick from here completely
CT
trapped.
is almost open.
He's coming up right now with his ER larges.
So with the hindsight knowledge, I can see that it was quite expensive move from OMIT side,
It was.
armor-wise. But yeah,
But they have some level of map control. Spread out on both sides right now. Rickrom and Chimera getting some shots in here on Emil. Palt coming up, Ivar's coming up in the Dire. And they will try to pressurize these two here on this side, on the Kappa Gamma side. Ivar's moving up right now. They are moving out into the open right now. They want to
I'm jumping
pressurize
into
this.
Ivar's eyes.
Let me switch.
This is a
to
big Daka, big
your
Daka from
perspective.
Ivar. Let's see if he wins fight against UAV. It seems he wins it.
He wants to fight against the UAV, indeed. Let me
Well,
put
it's not that easy to
Overwatch
hit
and
it
do a
consistently.
picture here and give you guys a better perspective.
Oh.
Jay's coming in here into the flank, shooting Ivar.
Yep.
And in the back, Cauterizer is coming in.
Very brave. In the
They have
meantime, Ivar
pincered
is
these three
yep.
right now.
Ivar is
Ivar.
getting pincered.
Palt pretty hurt
He's-
already. Emil is coming up here. Ivar is really getting murdered here. He's going down.
Ivar goes
finally.
down.
Palt immediately after that, and Emil is the next one. Weil is playing this very, very smartly here.
What is happening on the other side of the?
At the same time,
On the other side, Bowser
Omid-
took ages
Omid-
to
yeah.
die.
But Omid is pushing with 5 mechs here. Mech Warrior and Lizzie kiting them, jumping around them, getting some shots into Xefron. Lots of UAVs up here. Xefron finally going down. So
Mech
it's
Warrior
nice.
in Enforcer almost down.
It's a 7 versus 4 right now. And a 3 cap for a while, by the way. So they managed to get the caps in nonetheless, and the rest of Vile is
Okay.
coming in right now. Lizzie went down in the Direwolf, which
Mm.
is, by the way, bad for
Nobody
Vile.
gets points.
Nobody
Nobody
gets
gets extra points. So Taitetsu goes for a cap, which makes sense.
especially considering how hurt he is.
Yep.
Sultan trying to fight off the right hand side push here a little bit with his Grasshopper, Logic, and Sonaron falling back. Sultan's getting a lot of heat right now. He should be going down pretty soon. Open CT and left leg. There he goes. Logic jumping in here too. He has an open right leg and is fairly hurt. Jay killed Sonaron, so it's just
We've
Taitetsu
captured
and Logic
resource
left.
point Sigma.
The only
So
question is,
Logic is fairly damaged, but
yeah, are they gonna get more kills? Probably not. Taitetsu going.
The
down
enemy has
next.
capped enough resources.
What?
We've failed.
That was interesting.
that looked very good until it did not for Omid.
Indeed.
Honestly, very surprised. I expected that as soon as Iva goes in, that the other side will immediately follow up on this, but it did not happen. That is very unfortunate. Iva went down so fast. The flank on them was very impressive.
What are the
I
damage
did not
numbers?
catch who did that.
What
Damage numbers. J, absolute unit 800 damage on a Stalker, 5 kills. Lizzie Direwolf, almost 800 damage, 794. On the Omid side, Logic with 638, and the second highest is Taitetsu with 480.
Very nice.
Unfortunately, Iva went down quite in a hectic manner, so that was a good idea. Did not pay off this time. but very good effort both teams.
Absolutely. And since OMIT managed to kill Lizzie and the Direwolf on Wild side, nobody's getting bonus points. That means we have a new score. After while winning 2 drops and OMIT won, the reputation point score is 775 to 450 if we didn't miscalculate. And I think there was a question in the chat earlier if there was more than 1 kill in drop 1, I think, from OMIT, and unfortunately I think there was not. It was just 1 if I remember it correctly. Mumble mumble. Alex Porto is saying mumble mumble. Is my sound still not good? Let me know.
Maybe I was mumbling.
Unlikely. I'm the
I was so confused, so immersed by the game. So
mumbling is
yeah.
my job here.
I see.
Yes, absolutely. I insist.
You are the mumble rapper.
Totally. So we are heading into drop 4 right now. New map, HPG Manifold. We all know it inside out more or less. It's a very popular comp map. And right now we have the most even drop composition in terms of weight classes, with 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, and 2 assaults on both sides. And the bonus condition for drop 4 is to kill the 2 heavies and 2 assaults of the enemy team. If you manage to do that, kill all 4, you get an additional 50 points. I have to say, Xander, so far it's a quite entertaining match.
Yeah, definitely. We had quite some surprises.
It's pretty close for most of it. Tight fights, super interesting.
Yeah, and approach is different. They're playing completely different approach on each map. That is generally surprising to see, especially in higher divisions. People usually tend to, well, often agree on what is happening.
What's
So
the way to go for in terms of strategy, right?
yeah. But this time we're seeing quite different approaches. Well, to be fair, we also had this kind of situation during our match today in the morning.
Indeed, and I can tell you all, it was not so pleasant for us.
Yeah.
So the chat is saying OMIT more like vomit. Maybe a bit of laser vomit for sure. But I have to say, what I really liked about OMIT's approach here was they are playing with while they are playing a quite formidable opponent with quite a reputation in MWO comp, with the number of really accomplished and well-known pilots. They are definitely an opponent you take serious. Nonetheless, OMIT, of course, they have a couple of quite good and experienced pilots themselves. But it's a newly formed team in a way, even if a couple of them have played together in the past already. They took a very aggressive approach here. They pressured 2 sides simultaneously, and at least in the beginning quite successful, despite taking, of course, some damage for doing that. But at least to me, it looked really really impressive. I really liked that approach.
Definitely, I was almost sure that that OMIT got us in a basket when they pushed on the right side. The Crusader was in shambles, and when the left side started approaching with the Direwolf, I thought the right side is gonna really capitalize on that and just go in. But maybe mistiming, maybe misjudgment, maybe something else. But Viles immediately reacted and shifted their mechs towards the third line.
They
and
did an amazing
basically
job in terms of their reaction. I mean, they managed to kill one side. The other side was falling back a little bit and at least able to hold long enough to give them the time to do that. And then they were able to collapse on OMIT, on the rest of the OMIT mechs together. So we have some Final team shifting here, adjusting lenses on the side of VILE. OMIT is already locked. I think we are gonna get locked from Bowser here any second as well.
So as soon as they lock, let's see what's gonna happen. This is one of the, like another job where I would expect more summoners.
I have another comment here. Other caster audio is, let's say, suboptimal. Can you tell me which one? Is it mine?
It would be great to know.
Yep. The interesting part is I haven't changed anything in terms of the setup.
I don't know. Do you hear me well?
I hear you perfectly.
Okay. Maybe it's just because I'm quite monotonous when I speak.
I'm not sure it's about you. I would assume it's me. But I always assume it's me.
Alright, we're loading. Let's see what happens.
It's looking good. I was just checking my messages real quick.
So, what do we expect on this map? This is HPG. Expecting a lot of wall action here.
A lot of wall action. I think the teams are about to fly in. So
teams are flying in.
Let's have a look at what they
Command
are
coming
actually
in.
bringing.
Capture and hold the resource points.
I'm on
Stop
the
any
right
hostiles
side
that
here
get in your
again.
way.
And I see Lizzie in a Stone Rhino 7, Cauterizer Summoner G, White Glint, Firestarter 9S, Chimera Bullshark 6, Avedeo
We
Summoner
have
D,
Gamma.
Kipper's Gauntlet
Enemy
10B,
forces have
McVarrior
Sigma.
in a Black Lana E, and Bowser in an Incubus 5. And let me check.
Interesting.
He's definitely heading for the wall. Incubus 5 is ER largest light machine guns, ER largest on the Summoner D. This
We have
looks
gained
fairly
Epsilon.
trady, to be honest. Lizzie in the Stone Rhino 7 with 10 ER largest, by the way, which is a fascinating build. Chimera is gonna go to the middle with 5 Ultra AC5s, a little bit more Dakar firepower, Cauterizer in the Summoner G5 medium pulse and 2 large pulse lasers.
Kappa is under
In the
enemy
meantime,
control.
White Glint is taking the cap point here on the Firestarter 9S. He should be medium pulse, I assume, and he is 7 medium pulse lasers. Kinda toasty.
Let's look
Resource
at
point
what
beta is
OMIT
ours.
has before we proceed, because the match is gonna escalate very quickly. Zonaron is in Executioner A, the only wall mech on the Epsilon side from OMIT. On Gamma side, on the wall, we have Sultan in Marauder 4L. And then under him, Logic, Orion Skull, Iva in Black Lantern C, Taitetsu is in a Firemoth Aletha, Zephron is in a Black Lantern C, and Emil in Summoner G. So they are opting to dupe Black Lanterns for this job, which is another popular mech currently in this format. Yeah, I want to quickly look at the build of Sultan on the Marauder. We have 2 ERPPC, 2 Gauss, which was to be expected, and Zonaron on Executioner has 3 ERPPCs and 10 micros, so fairly standard builds for just average vol enjoyers.
Looking good here, trying to fend off the left-hand side of OMIT. Zonaron more on the right-hand side. It's like a 2 versus 3, but of course in terms of tonnage, while is taking it a little bit lighter here with Incubus and the Summoner on the left-hand side.
Vials are retaking Theta right now. Zephron is getting annihilated.
By the way, finally coming up here properly. Starting to trade with the Executioner.
So Palt goes down.
Oh wow.
That was fast.
That was indeed fast. Cauterizers, on the other hand, not looking too good here anymore. At 74%, but
Palt got insta-legged pretty much, and
Zephron
Logic's is not in a good shape as well.
Zephyr not as well. I mean, have a look at him here.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
running
Zephron is in
away.
shambles.
Lost an arm, down to 3 medium pulse, right torso wide open, left torso cherry red in the back as well. He barely escaped underneath.
So in the meantime, Deus absolutely gets loses half a torso. On the
And
top, I guess
slowly
Sultan managed to shoot it off. So
Sultan
it's
is
evening out.
basically looking into the left hand direction mostly, but at least to me it looks like without much effect. The only thing
Well,
that happens...
he halved Deus.
Did he? Oh, right. I
Yeah.
see. Very, very good. And Bowser is not looking too strong as well. That's a armor advantage with the Marauder for sure, and a nice pinpoint with Gauss and PPCs. Taitetsu still fresh.
Lizzie is kind of fresh.
Of course,
Surprised to see Bull Shark. I am really surprised to see Bull Shark.
I think they
It's just
wanted to have some stopping power, considering how much ER larges they were bringing.
yeah, that's possible.
I was going on the wall right now, it looks like, to pressurize the two trading mechs.
Taitetsu is about to make a play. I am jumping in Taitetsu's eyes.
Let me
No,
go
never
into
mind.
perspective.
They abandoned this idea. He wanted to go on the wall to pressure the
I
Deus
will activate
and
the
Bowser.
Stream and stream perspective again, so if you jump back into a mech, we can see it. And you
Okay.
can see both perspectives.
So let's see Taitetsu once again, because seems like OMIT they want to make a play against
Iva is
the
making
summoner
a
on the
play.
wall.
Iva is making a play here. He's pushing Avadeus. Big time.
Yeah, that's
against
what they wanted to
Bowser.
do.
And now Taitetsu is coming up too. He was basically
Taitetsu coming
waiting.
up.
Avadeus
So
taking
Deus
the
goes
lead.
down. Deus goes down. Iva.
Taitetsu is trying to hunt down Bowser now. He might try to jump down here, but of course, Wild is ready, and they get Taitetsu. That was an important pick for them.
They
basically
that is
insta-legged
their
him
cap
and
bot.
finished him off, and Iva unfortunately
Iva is in a pickle.
took a look there as well. He shouldn't have done that because he took a lot of damage from just a single look. Now, of course, he can try to shoot here at Bowser, trying to get maybe hurt him at least, or maybe get a pick on him. The Incubus is shooting off. MechWarrior destroyed Saffron in the meantime. And Wild is basically trying to get picks here in the middle, while Iva and the Bowser fight is happening at the same time.
Yep. Unfortunately,
Chimera got
Iva has to
logic.
jump down now.
Sultan still sitting fresh on the wall. He needs to move up basically.
Oh, Iva gets Bowser.
Oh wow.
Iva got Bowser.
That was strong. So
Inc-
Iva is hurt.
Incredible play.
He's probably lagged or something, or hiding, I'm not sure. White Glint
He is
coming
lagged,
in.
yeah, he goes
he's
down.
lagged and there he goes down. So it's just Sonaron and Sultan left.
I jumped into Chimera's POV to see if Chimera will survive this. Zonaron is looking for kills, but MechWarrior goes in his way.
MechWarrior coming in, Chimera
Yeah.
getting a shot
No.
and finishing him off
Un-
before Sonaron can kill Chimera, and now it's just Sultan. He was
Let's
kind
see.
of fresh, but of course now the focus fire is shifting completely to Sultan. He's open CT by now, and he should go down
Let's
fairly
see.
quickly.
Clutch POV. Sultan clutching the game POV.
I'm switching to your perspective real quick, so people can get the first-hand look, and he's getting halved.
The enemy
shot
has
in the
capped
back by
enough
Hitbox and the
resources.
gauntlet.
We've failed.
Even while OMIT was taking 3 cap in the beginning with a move underneath, while turned it around, and OMIT still tried to make plays, trying to make that play up top.
They did make a play. They ended up trading 2 for 2, unfortunately, in this play. Yeah, so they traded Taitetsu and Iva for Avadeus and Bowser. That's unfortunate. I accidentally skipped the damage part.
Okay, let me.
So if you're still there,
to
please
my
take a look.
perspective. Yes, quick look at the damage. Chimera in the Bullshark 6, By the way, he died in my screen. 724, 743 for Lizzie and the Stone Rhino 7, 661 for Cauterizer and the Summoner G. They were the main damage dealers on Wild side. On OMIT side, we have Emil and the Summoner G at 656. Sultan did quite a good job here with 755 in the Marauder 4L, so he definitely farmed. And now we are heading back into the lobby. In terms of points, let me check that real quick. Of course, drop 4, all heavy assault mechs destroyed. While managed to do that, I think, no, with just 3 kills. OMIT didn't manage to do so, so we have a new score, which is 1125 in favor of Vile and 525 reputation points for OMIT. We are heading into drop 5, that means a new side swap. Vile is back to...
Side swap already completed.
Perfect. To the top side. We have the final drop on HPG with quite an interesting mech composition, the most heavy one, of course, with 2 lights, 2 heavies, and 4 assaults in total. So it's more of a immobile composition in most cases, depending on what you take. And usually mechs like Executioners are high in demand in a drop like that because of their speed. But due to that, the composition is so heavy, the 2 lights are extremely valuable. You basically can't afford to lose them because they are your capboards, and we are still playing Conquest.
Definitely, and additionally, as a person who often plays lights in those drops, this is one of the most annoying drops to play as a light when you need to cap.
You run around,
because
you need to cap and
you
stay
run
alive.
around, yeah, and then suddenly one mech sees you and you have no leg. That's kind of the problem of the light mech on this job.
So people don't hate on your light players. They have a really unthankful job there. And basically, you barely can look good in a light if you do your responsibilities well. Often you do not have too much fight or damage contribution depending on the map and what size it is. Simply staying alive is a task in itself in a lot of cases. If you manage to participate in fights properly, that's a big bonus. But I would say the most important ability and skill of light pilots, especially in the top divisions, is to be able to stay alive and not take unnecessary damage for as long as possible.
Yeah, from assault, I would expect on this map to see Executioner, to see maybe a Bane.
Mm-hmm.
The Stone Rhino is the good pick, obviously, because long range ER large control. Stone Rhino is good.
I mean, I would assume on the wild side, Bullshark and Stone Rhino might come in again because worked for them. Why not keep them and add 2 other assaults, right?
Yeah, that's fair assessment. I would expect that as well. From OMIT, it can be anything. They are quite flexible from playing them in the past in the ISC, and then
I mean, they always like
they're flexible. They like new stuff. They like bringing new strats. They like playing new stuff. So fair.
I definitely expect the Executioner again. Xephron likes to bring that a lot in his strategies. Sultan being one of their assault trading pilots, of course, with a preference for these 100-ton traders. It's not unlikely that we will see him in a Marauder again. Maybe a Stone Rhino as well, or something like that. Ivar probably might take the role of another assault, I would assume.
I would assume so too. What is surprising today? Where is Hat?
Where's Hat? Maybe he's not playing.
He's not playing today. That's why I'm asking. Where is Hat?
Hat-trick. Head, where are you? Come on.
Patrick, where are you? It doesn't smell like grease in the lobby. Where are you?
While it seems to get ready to be logged, yes they are. And while OMIT is bringing in their last pilot, maybe it's going to be Head. No. We'll see. Palt is coming back in. Maybe for you out there to know, interesting to know, we will do one more cast tonight. I'm just reading the chat. Okay. We will do one more cast tonight in about 25 minutes. It's gonna be a Division D cast, 2D20 Misfits versus Rosette ECLM. But we will try a kind of a different format. We will simply sit there, watch along a little bit, and just enjoy watching the game and looking at it from our perspective, and not really cast it. And maybe we invite some friends over to join us to watch it with us and make their comments on what they are seeing as well. So consider it more like get with us into our living room and watching an sports match on TV. That is what we intend to do, to keep it a little bit more lightweight on us in terms of the casting part. If you do multiple matches in a night, it suddenly can feel like work, and it's not supposed to be like that, even if we enjoy this at times. So feel free to join us a little bit later for that as well.
Yeah, watch parties are always fun. The format of watching one group of friends playing another group of friends with the third group of friends, you know. it's pretty chill format.
For sure, taking
Okay.
it a little bit more easy.
Last game of the evening.
So the teams are coming in right now.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource points. Stop
All right.
any hostiles.
What's the
that get
vibe
in
on the
your way.
wild side?
On the wild side, we have MechWarrior and the Kodiak 3, Cauterizer, Summoner G, White Glint, Panther 10K, Chimera and the Bullshark 6 again, Bowser and the Corsair 7A, Dubix and the Jenna 2C3,
We have Gamma.
Lizzie and the Stone Rhino 7 again, and Kippers and
Enemy
the Summoner
forces have
G. So
Sigma.
double summoners, and in terms of the souls, we have a Kodiak and a Corsair coming in on top of what we had before.
Kappa is under enemy control.
Okay. On the side of OMIT, we have Atlas M for Logic, Summoner G for Palt, Wargnome is in a Jenner Oxide, Zephron is in a Summoner D, Zoneron is in a Bullshark 6, Sultan stays in his Marauder from last drop, and Iva is in Executioner D. Executioner D is 3 RPPCs and a little bit of this, a little bit of that lasers.
I see. So we have basically
Theta
here
is
is the
controlled
Atlas
by
and
the
the
enemy.
Bullshark. Atlas is going underneath here, Atlas M.
And
Omid,
Taitetsu is in Aleta,
Aleta and the
right now
Jenna Oxide
taking
and
the Theta.
Wargnome. Omid
We have
is
gained
committed
Epsilon.
to an early Theta cap again, but it looks like Weil is getting ready here with the Summoner Gs. And the Kodiak and Bullshark ready to come in as well with them. Let's have a look at that from their perspective. They're already peeking into the door here. Kipper's taking quite some damage. Trying to back up a little bit. Atlas is coming up. They have seen the Atlas now.
They just want to bully them out. So Atlas showed his presence, established that, alright boys, I'm Atlas here, not you. Don't come here.
This is
That's the message he's
our
sending.
turf.
Definitely.
Kipper's getting some shots in here on Logic.
And now the plan is to not get too greedy downstairs.
Chimera is taking
And-
position in the Bullshark, and MechWarrior basically ready to drop down in the Kodiak as well. While some trading might be going on slowly, Boza is in position. Lizzie is trading from up there 85% right now. And it looks like
Lizzie is being really... they're trying to focus Lizzie right now. Like
Logic
they
is
are
taking
really...
a lot of heat right now.
Okay. Logic is taking heat. Logic lost one arm
A
that
bit
had
into
nothing in
the-
it,
Okay, I get
and
into your perspective.
he's
But he's at
kinda
700%,
orange CT.
Yeah.
He's pretty chill, I think. He is
Still.
pretty chill.
Saffron in the summoner at 75%, by the way. As one of the two trading max. Sultan still looking fresh at 89. Chimera is slowly moving up. I think he wants some.
There
Macro
was
right by
so
his
far.
side. Sonaron hiding there in the bull shark underneath. And Vile is
Chimera is
trying
just
to
holding
find
corner.
an opening.
Yeah, they are bleeding tickets right
Taitetsu
now.
is looking to get a back cap potentially here on Epsilon, but White Glint is moving up. He might not have seen
Good.
Taitetsu. Taitetsu
It-
is getting into the back. White Glint noticed him.
I
Having
think
a
it was
UAV
a
up.
seismic
That
or
was an
something. Oh,
important
UAV.
UAV. That saved
Yeah.
him.
Absolutely goated UAV. But
The
right now
fight
we are
underneath is
having a
going on.
fight downstairs.
Yeah,
Logic is in shambles.
Logic
Vials got
finally,
in.
finally
They
getting
waited.
killed. Dubix deep in here right
They-
now. He's getting murdered now. Wognom in his back. He's fighting at Sonaron and Pult and the Summoner. Wognom is getting the back shots in, but it doesn't help to kill, and he's running into McRoy and the Kodiak, who finishes off Wognom in the Jenna. Pult is going down as well. Sonaron going down. That's 5 dead already for OMIT. So the fight underneath clearly went in favor of Vile, with all of them still alive. Saffron managed.
That was impressive.
Tried to come in and help, but he was too late. He escaped. He's moving out. McWarrior is chasing him. Getting an early shot
So-
in here as well, not a clear one. So
What Vile did, they had their Daka mech, Chimera, on a bull shark.
Point
They
Beta is
waited,
ours.
and then they just went in. No respect given.
and they had
And somehow they ended
They
up
have
winning this
resource
mini
points,
great
fight.
Gemma.
fire. Saffron is taking some heat here from Lizzie. Getting shot basically from multiple angles and trying to stay alive for as long as possible, but this can't last forever. In the meantime, yeah, Taitetsu is trying to get some caps. With Elisa, he's
Taitetsu
waiting
can
for
make
White
it.
Glint coming in. Bowser has killed Sultan in the meantime.
And now we might have a
Taitetsu is
dogfight.
taking the fight here against Glint, and let me switch into your perspective while I'm watching.
Glint goes for CT. Interesting. Taitetsu is no pants, no shirt, only shoulder pads.
My bad, I accidentally switched perspectives. Let me switch back. Taitetsu getting legged here.
Taitetsu goes
and
down.
Bowser getting a shot.
Command confirming that we have possession of Kappa.
From the back.
We've gathered enough resources. This triumph will provide us huge tactical benefit.
That was not Bowser's kill, but it do be like that sometimes. White Glint looks at him, doesn't seem to be happy. Okay, damage. Mech Warrior with unholy damage. Chimera with 700. Cauterizer with 588. Bowser with 490. White Glint 260. Keepers on a Summoner 350. Dubix 200 in a Jenner. Surprised he survived in this push. Lizzie, as expected, 350 because the range. On the OMIT side, Logic 500. Zoneron 420. Wargnome 190. Sultan 313. Taitetsu 167. Pelt 232. Iva 159 and Zephron 291. Very impressive game.
Absolutely.
I am surprised how how buttery they managed to get downstairs. How Vials just pushed the basement. They did not seem like they have the very, very like brawly max. Let's say it like that. It seemed that yeah, there was some DACA, there was some other things, but did not expect that. Absolute GGs to everyone.
Absolute. And in terms of score, we have a final score. If we didn't miscalculate, that's down to the teams in the end to report it anyways. It's gonna be on the wild side 1475 reputation points, and on OMIT side 525 in total. Overall, I wouldn't say in terms of how it felt. It felt a little bit closer than the reputation points might make us believe. OMIT showed a strong match here.
Definitely. Both teams are very, very strong. Sometimes also, like on a maps like HPG, it can really go that you look at the scoreboard and what happened, how was it 8-2 or something, but that's the nature of this map. The events are just unfolding so fast, and then you are outnumbered. And so many isolated spaces, so you can have microfights that, for example, one person lost 1v1, then something else, and then the rest are in such a disadvantage, so it's just impossible to bring the points up.
Anyways, I would say it was a great match to watch. Congratulations to V1LE, showing their quality, and while they are feared and well respected as a very established and experienced comp team in Division A. Thank you for having us, guys. We will drop out here after the match, and you'll see us in less than 15 minutes. Jump with us onto the couch, grab something to eat and drink, and watch the Division D match, 2D20 against ECLM together with us. I think we will.
Are we staying on the same channel?
I think we are switching the channels. We are going to MWO Leagues 3. And you should see an announcement and notification shortly. Please come and join us for that match. If you are keen to watch something different, I think at right now on MWO Leagues, Jeff should be streaming Division F match 6LG vs QFES. That's going on. And if you want to, you can shortly join us, and tomorrow we will be live with another match in Division C9 SDS against Blackhawks here on MWO Leagues again. So, thank you for having us. See you in a bit maybe, and have a nice evening. Good night.